Welcome to the Washington Defender Daily Grassroots. And today it's twice. We had some bills that are coming in very early in the morning, and so 7 a.m. And so we want to make sure that you register your position on those bills. Some that are very near and dear to the heart of FPIW and FPIW Action. I'm Pastor Brian Noble, and I'm the CEO of FPIW and FPIW Action. I am so glad that you are listening in tonight. We want to show you how to use the Washington Defender app, but there's probably 18, I think, new bills for tomorrow. I'm not quite sure of the number, but two of them are really near and dear to my heart. So I wanted to jump on here and just make sure that you were aware of those bills. Now, let me tell you how we do policy here at FPIW and FPIW Action. On our educational side, we're educating you on 30 policy and issues, policy and positions on different issues. And so we have four close-handed. We have life, parental rights, biblical marriage, and we have religious liberty. Those four close-handed issues we have are very, very solid. On the other hand, we have some open-handed issues. There's about 26 of them, and there's different degrees thereof. Now, some of them are like immigration. Illegal immigration is illegal. Therefore, that illegal part is close-handed. Immigration, it could be debated how much, how many immigrants we have and whether it's better for our state or what have you. But so that is kind of a mix of the two. But we want to show you how to do that. If you're in the Washington Defender app, or if you are in our using our website FPIW Action, I'll walk you through how to do that. Let me share my screen here real quick. There we go. And we have two tools to help you have your voice be heard in Olympia. And the first tool here is the Washington Defender app. You can go to your Google Play or Apple App Store, search out Washington Defender. And let me put that in here. It is, you can search for, download the quote, Washington Defender. Know that at the beginning, it's just Washington. Let me spell Washington right. That would be helpful. Washington Defender. Okay. App. And so you can download that. It's a great tool. It'll help get you push notifications and text messaging so that you know when these bills are coming out and staying alive. Now, some of you have chose to turn off notification or text messaging. That really does take away the power of the tool, because we are going to notify you mostly during legislative session when these bills are coming out. So that is the Washington Defender app, and it looks like that little icon up there. And when it opens, it's going to open up to this little section right here, take action, activate. And so these are some bills that we're going to be looking at. If you're going to try to do this through our FPIW Action, you can come to fpiwaction.org on a web browser, and you can go right over to here. Just, this little video will start when you come in, just like that. And then you are going to be able to go right here to action alerts and take here's the area to take action. So you're going to find that that these bills align with each other. Here we have a bill number 1496 and 1496. And this is why I'm coming on tonight to show you this, is because this needs to be registered your position by 7 a.m. So if you want to have your voice heard in Olympia right now, and maybe you don't have the app downloaded, okay, fine. Go to your desktop. You're watching me on Facebook, and go to FPIW Action, and let's get this done. Now, this first is a healthcare bill, and you can see we have thumbs down on this. This is one of our items that is very, open-handed, you might say. But the next bill is on life, and that's our closed-handed item, and it's a thumbs down as well. And so I'm going to talk about these two bills in just a few moments, but all the buttons are here for you to do this very simply, and you need to do this tonight or before 7 a.m. in the morning. So you can click on here, and it's click to register your position, and it's going to take you right in. And we're saying con on this one, so you hit con. And if you have autofill set up, you can autofill that in, and it's going to fill it right in there for you. And you can put your phone number in there, and bada bing, bada boom, you have registered your position just that quickly. But let me talk to you about this bill, 1496, that is here. A couple things to be aware of as you are looking at this. It expands state control over healthcare records. It tightens patients' access rights with enforcement provisions and increases litigation risk for providers and facilities. And so it fuels litigation instead of reconciliation. One of the things that we know is we live in a very liturgious, where we have litigation happening over and over and over, and we don't want to feel that even more. That is what's driving up our healthcare cost, and so this is how we decided on this particular bill to say no. We're saying this is not a good bill. And so you can see in the app, there's a little paragraph here, but if you want more information, you can click on here and you can get more information right here. Let me give you the one little part here. If you want to know more about this bill, is we support patients' access to their own records, but this bill goes much further. It expands government control over healthcare and weakens parental authority. Rather than encouraging biblical reconciliation and stewardship, HB 1496 feeds litigation and attorney fees at the expense of trust and compassion in healthcare. And parents should have authority over their children's healthcare decision. This bill reinforces frameworks that give government and third parties more access than parents have. And we believe in protecting privacy and dignity. Expanding state data sharing with law enforcement and correcting agency undermines the confidentiality of patients deserve. So we said no to this bill. Now, if you want to testify on this bill and be a part of that, you can click right here. So on both, whether it's the app, here it is, click here to testify, or click here to testify. You can do the same things, and then you click I like to testify during the hearing. I would like my position to be noted for the legislative record. I would like to submit a written testimony. So you can do those three things there as well. And same with on the app. And so you can see that that is how you can be involved in the legislative session here. So we have said no to this bill. This next bill that we have, let's go back here, is bill number 2182, and it's a life bill. And this is one of our closed-handed items. We believe that life starts at conception and ends at natural death. And so we look at this bill and we say, nope, this does not fit the criteria. Your position needs to be registered by 7 a.m. tomorrow. Again, I know I've said it a couple times, but you can go to fpiwaction.org and we have this, or you can download the Washington Defender app. And the benefit of the Washington Defender app is if you know our vision and mission, it's to mobilize the grassroots to take action quickly within the public square. And so we need you to download it, turn on push notifications, turn on text messaging. It's not so we can bother you for donations or do all these kind of things, but it is to seriously help you be involved in Olympia. So we're going to register our position on this, and we can do this again in the app right here. Click to register your position. This is a con, and I'll go over the talking points of this. You click con, and then you can insert your information, and so that auto fills. Come down here and fill in your phone number, and then you say, I am not a robot. There we go, and hit submit. Some of that is a little bit of me shadowing, so it makes it a little bit difficult to do. But you can see all that information right there, and then come back. We will put our done button. It's getting fixed for right now, so that will be coming. But just for right now, hit like to see that you know that you've done these. Okay, so those are two bills that are really important. Another one is 2309, to testify in person. You can do it here and here, and this is on higher education. We're saying no to that one. Some crime and safety bills, yes to that. Addiction and mental health, we're saying yes to that. Now, some of these are our open-handed items, and you may read through it and say, hey, I disagree. I think it should be the opposite of what you're recommending. Then just do that. We are not part of the demanding uniformity party. We are part of the free thinking. We're proud to be an American kind of party, and so you get to think freely and make your decision. There's not any problem. We hope you align with us on our four closed-handed items, but even if you don't, we'll let God be the judge of that and move us forward. We're just doing our best as we can. So this bill that we have on life is 2182 HB, and it really authorizes the Department of Corrections to acquire, distribute, and dispense abortion medication as a state wholesaler to anyone in Washington, not just the DOC inmates, and so at or below cost. And so I want you to think through what this bill is. The Department of Corrections into a statewide abortion wholesaler. It also takes action. Believers government must protect preborn life at every stage. This bill's entire design is to increase abortion access using state power to do so. And so we are very much against this bill. We want you to know that we believe that when a woman has a baby inside of their womb, it's two bodies. It's not one body, it's two. And so we do not, as humans, have the right to end life prematurely in this way. And so, this has been debated, but we need to take a stand on this issue. And so, want to encourage you to register your position on HB 2182. And I'm showing you how to use that on our on what both of our tools over here, whether that is the Washington Defender app, which you can go to the Google Play or the Apple App Store and search Washington Defender, and you can download it there, or you can go to fpiwaction.org. On the app, it has this icon, and here's the web address here. Now, to explain the technology just a little bit on the app, how we have it built is, let's say like I've done my research, I'm ready, and I want to mobilize my huddle on one of these items. Things from Activate can flow into your huddle, and things from Learn can flow into your huddle. What I mean by that is I want to share this into my huddle. The huddle is the group of people, of grassroots people that you have lined up, or I have lined up to lead. And so I've created one called Brian Test just to do this and say something like, we have to take action on this one. All right. So you can share that into the huddle. And now within the huddle, if anyone else is in there, which there isn't, they would all get notification. And if I go over here, watch this little thing, go down to my huddles, under huddles. So I clicked here, went to huddles, and I'm going to go to Brian Test. There's only one member, me. And you can see I just shared that action alert into my huddle. Now, if I'm a huddle leader, I can also build out my own action alerts. You don't have to use the ones that we do. I think we're up to 88 bills that we've put out, or 107. I don't remember the number, but we've put out in the first 3 days a whole bunch of bills that we're following. Let me go over here to the bill library and see what the actual number is. And this number says 152 bills. I think we've asked you to register on about 80 some of those bills. But you can see we have all these topics from addiction and mental health, agriculture, citizenship and immigration, crime and public safety, criminal justice, community concerns, the economy, elections, energy and utility. We have environment and disasters, food safety and security, gun rights, healthcare, higher education. So we have our 30 categories that we are tracking those bills. So if we don't have something developed that you want to share in there, you can do your own. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bills. And so you can do that. So you can take anything that we've created and share that by hitting the share button and putting in your huddle. So let me show you that one more time. Okay. So like, let's say 2182 is near and dear to my heart. I click on that. I type that little arrow there and I say Brian's Test. This is to find my huddle. So there's the huddle. I click it and say, let's do something about this one. Let's register our position. Okay. And I hit share post, and that is going to go right into my huddle. So let's say if I had 100 people in my huddle that we are all kind of watching over the public square and we're doing our thing, we can share stuff so that we know what action to take. So I go to Brian's Test. And there's 2182 right there. And I shared it, and now people can register their position right there. So the huddle, we call it that intentionally. We're going to originally call it communities, but in communities, people sit and complain and they don't take action. A huddle is like you're in the middle of a football game. You huddle up, you get the game plan, and you go out and you play the game. That's why we chose the word huddle. We want you to huddle up, get the game plan, like register your position on this, or come to this school board meeting, or do this or do that. That then you will go out and you can do those things quickly. It's not about complaining. It's not about inaction. It's not about echo chambers. It's about breaking down all of those things and mobilizing Washington State to take a stand for righteousness and for the things that will love our neighbor. And so want to encourage you to be a part of a huddle and or lead a huddle. And if you want to learn how to set up a huddle, you got to contact us, and this information allows you to fill out the form to do that, because we have to set those things up for you. And so, um, from Activate, it can flow to your huddle. Here we are on the website. If you're just not like, hey, ready to join a grassroots team and you just want to do it through the website, that's fine as well. We just need you to have your voice heard in Olympia. So we have also in here our bill library, and this is on both of these items. Whether it's in the app, you can scroll down here and right there, bill library. And so it will take you over and you can search out all the different topics in the bill library. So this is the bill library, this is the bill library in the app. Another thing that we're asking people to do is contact their House or Senate and let them know that you're praying for them, that you're caring about them. And so you can actually send a message right through our app. So like I know Susanna Schmidt or Rob Chase, or actually let's do Leonard. I think Leonard is my senator. So we type that. I might be off. Maybe he's not, but I think he is. And I can send him a message right there. Okay. And it will allow me to email Leonard, send message, and I'm going to be able to do that right there. And I can send Leonard a message. So as you go, it becomes a good communication arm, and I can be a part of that as well. I can also find them here, and I can share them in my huddle. There's Natasha Hill. She's from the Spokane area. Tim Ormsby is from the Spokane area. Suzanne Schmidt, Spokane. Rob Chase's Spokane area. So you can look through these, and they're all here, and you can be a part and making sure that they are covered in prayer, and let them know that you're praying that God gives them wisdom and insight and direction as they go throughout their day. Whatever it may be. Be professional, be on top of your game, represent Christ well. Don't be rude, always be truthful. If you got something to say, say it. But we also need to glorify God as we say it. All right, so those are some action alerts. There's a whole bunch of these. I'm going to be working on these tonight before I go to bed to make sure I get them done so my voice is heard in Olympia. I showed you two. There's a whole bunch of other ones. If you want to see all of them on the app, you can hit view all right here, and you can see all of them on the app. We need you to share this app with people because we need to get it more and more populated so that we can move our efforts forward. Now you say, well, what's the strategic plan for winning back our state and doing the things to honor and please God? And if you want to go see our strategic plan, you can go right down here, and we have all this live. And you say, why do you share it all? Well, because we want to be as transparent as possible. This is fpiw.org. This is our educational, and there's our strategic plan right there. And so you can go in and learn. We know this. We know that if we can begin to have 500,000 people praying each and every day for our elected officials, it will make a huge difference in Olympia. We need 200,000 people every single day registering their position on bills. And so we need that technology to be used. And that's why we need you to get the app out there and get people downloading and using it. I'll go through a little demonstration here in just a few moments again. We need 450,000 people who say, I will sign an initiative. That's also done through our app. And what we'll do is when initiatives come out from Let's Go Washington or other organizations that represent our values, we will text you and or give you a push notification of where your signing location is. If you are a small business or a church or whatever, and you want to be a signing location, let us know. We want to know that. And then we want to steward the vote because we believe it is a religious duty from Exodus 18:21 that we select from among ourselves people who are able to, won't take a bribe, tell the truth, and fear God. And so we want to be able to mobilize Christians in that way. So this is the signing power. And if you look at this side of things, we have enough signing power on either side of the state to start the process to overturn every bad law in Olympia. So that's a little bit about our strategy and our vision. That's on both websites. So if you're just jumping on, I see some of you just came on and you have a question or a comment. I'll try to watch this area over here to show you. But we are looking at the Washington Defender app, and you can check out just a second. I think someone's trying to get my attention, so let me pull this off and see who it is. But you can check out what is happening on the Washington Defender app. And so, oh, it's okay. So you can check it out and make sure that you are being a part of what we are doing. Someone's texting me right now telling you to remind you of the Washington or of our prayer tour that happens every day. So if you go to fpiw.org and you want to be a part of our daily prayer at the Capitol, you can sign up to be a part of our prayer tour. These days are filling up quick. If a day is already picked, fill out the form with that date, and someone will call you. Pastor Ken will call you, and he'll try to fit you in that day. Either way, he's sending me days that are filling up because we're getting really close to having almost every day filled. So we want to cover it in prayer. And you say, "What will we pray?" Well, it's right here. We're gonna show you what we're gonna pray. And so you can see the prayers. We're praying for our elected officials. We give you a little history of each location, and we literally pray over all the different parts of the public square. The coolest thing about this is that you get a pictorial directory so you can pray throughout the year over your elected officials. And so the servants, right? They're there to serve us. And so want to encourage you to be a part of the prayer tour. Thank you, Pastor Ken, for reminding me. All right, so here we go. So on fpiwaction.org, if you want to register your position, bills are dropping like mad in Olympia. There's so many pieces of legislation trying to be put through. So we need you to let your voice be heard in Olympia by going to fpiwaction.org, and you just click here to register your position. We tell you yes or no. Now, again, we have closed-handed items and open-handed items. I say this over and over and over, but for some reason, the conservative movement has gone through the purity test, and we've almost become like the left progressives that say we have to have uniformity. If we don't, we aren't going to work together. And I just going to say, I have my things. We're all going to stand before God on Judgment Day. We got to do what we think is best. So if you disagree on one of these, do it the way you want to do it. It's fine. It's okay. We live in America. We get the opportunity to have differences of opinion. But we give you a little summary of the bill. If you want to research it more, you can go to ledge.wa.gov. Those buttons are in here as well. And let's see, they're right here. Here's one, ledge.wa.gov. And you can research those bills yourself. Right there. You can research it yourself. Or you can read what we have to say and move forward. That's totally up to you. And then once you pick your bill, and I've done 2 of these, so I got to be careful because it's easy for me to do it again. Once you pick a bill, so like this one's on HB 2309, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, you pick your bill and you click on that one. We're going to go con 2309. Let me make sure I did that right. 2309 is con. It's a higher education bill. You're going to click autofill if you have that set up, or type in all this information. And then you're going to enter your phone number and wada bing, bada boom, submit it. And now what happens is when our legislators show up tomorrow or even tonight, if they're looking at their desktop, they're seeing these tallies come in, and it's allowing them to know what to do on each of these things. So when an elected official gets up and says, my constituents did not want me to vote for this, this is where they're getting the numbers. And this could be 10 people, because if only 10 people register their position, this could be 12,000 people or 40,000 people. We know that on all the 444 bills that we put up last year, 70% of those came through our technology and registered their position on the bills that we put up. So there was well over 400 bills out there, but the ones we put up. So if you're on the website and you want to do it, you can click here to register pro on this particular bill. And you can, again, do your autofills, and it's going to fill in for you. And you click boom, boom, and it's done. And so it's just that easy as we go. It's not difficult. Again, if you want to do your own research on these, feel free. I use a lot of things to have even to check on our staff. Our staff isn't always in 100% agreement on each of these things. We're in agreement over life, parental rights, religious liberty, and marriage. We have those close-handed items. And these items, there's variances and degrees thereof. And so you can check those out as well. Any comments or questions over here, let me know. But if you're just joining us, we're talking about the Washington Defender app. I'm going to put that up here again, and um, go to your Google Play or Apple App Store, and I want you to download the app today. And if you want to try it out first, you can log in as a guest. You don't have to give us any information. You can try it out that way. But if you want push notifications and text messaging, which is the way that you can do it, and to join a huddle, then you need to join. You got to log in. So what is a huddle for? A huddle is a grassroots roots a huddle is a grassroots group that wants to activate for the benefit of their neighbor, of loving their neighbor. Eventually, through huddles, the huddle leader or owner of the huddle will be able to do push notifications and text messaging to their huddle, so that they can inform you of what action to take. If you're wondering more about how to start a huddle, how to be a part of the huddle, you can find that on FPIW. It's part of our education here, and it's going to tell you. You can share information, you can discuss topics, you can activate, you can fellowship. And so you can call us and set those up. And it's like a communication board, a prayer room, an action hub, an event creation, content filtering, and strategic partnership. And so this is where you can learn more about huddles there. And so we're showing you, we have FPIW Action, we have our Defender app, and we're trying to show you how to be a part and easily take action. Now, we're not the only ones in here giving you action alerts. So another group in here that I believe is doing quite a bit, let me go down here, is Future 42. They're in here as well, and I know they've marketed to a number of you, and they are doing action alerts here. They are being a part of what's going on and moving forward in where they're going. And so want to encourage you to be a part of Future 42, and you can get their action alerts and see what's happening. Also, I know, like, what, who else do we have in here that you may know? So let's see, we have Let's Go Washington is in here, and so they're giving us updates and they're being a part, and you can share these things in there as well. Discovery Institute, Washington. So what about Learn? Learning is where we grow together, and you can actually share things that are implanted within the huddle. So let's say if you want a Bible verse for the day, you could go grow spiritually. You could go down here and you could take my daily devotion, or you could take Family Research Council, Tony Perkins devotion, and put them into your huddle, and share those. I am dead to sin. So let's see if I want to share that into, we'll just do it Brian's test so we don't interrupt other people tonight. And there we go, and say, oh, you've got to read this. Okay. So you can share that into the huddle, and then they can grow. So more importantly, when we look at these things, is let me just show you that comes up right over here. I'm dead to sin, and so you have to read this. Okay, so it's just coming up right there. The picture will be loading here shortly. And so you can check those things out there and grow together in your huddle. Also, you can look at these things and learn and say, okay, well, there's people like Brandy Cruz, or there's Center Square, that you want to follow. They're here in the app. Go to state, and right there, the Center Square. Now, I'm going to show you this, and you want to watch it carefully, because when you see this, see how that flipped? That means you went outside of the app. You're not going to be able to share that into your huddle. But you can get information. And if I want to copy paste this over, I could copy something from Spokane Approves $1 million of whatever. And I want people to, to read this in my huddle. I can take that and put it back over into the other area. Also, if you are following certain individuals, like you really love certain journalists, you can go to our media and personalities, and you're going to see like Jonathan Cho's in here. You're going to see TJ Martinell, Carlene Johnson, Glenn Morgan is in here. And so you can check those out. We also have Carrie Abbott Show, or we have Brandy Cruz. There's my Washington Defender as well. So there's just a lot of areas that you can go into the app to share. So let's say, like, man, this thing that Washington that Brandy did on Washington State women charged with casting 4 ballots in 2024 election. And I want to read that. So I click on that. and they give you a little summary here in Pasco, Washington, and then I can go out to here, and there's the video of Brandy talk talk of talking to us about on her Undivided show. So then if I want to share that within my huddle, I can put that in there and ask people to listen to Brandy's show. You got to hear this. And I'm just typing little messages because I'm online here, but you can enter that, and it's going to go into your huddle. And so you can share information in there as well. Also in your huddle, I've been showing you about sharing, but let's say if I'm in there and I want to build out my own post, sure enough, here we go. So we can say, hey guys, let's, stand for righteousness. And I can not spell it, obviously. Add a photo from my photo library, add a video, add audio. And if you are a huddle owner, you can do action and events. You can create the same type of buttons that we see. You can attach a document and place that into your huddle as well. So if I add something from the photo library, I'll allow full access for right now, and I go in. I don't know what this is of, so hopefully it's a good picture. Yeah, and then I'll say post. We do ask you to select a topic or topics, and then you post it. So you can create your own post within your huddle, and add those in as you go. Okay, so that picture should have shown up there. So we'll figure that out. So you can see that the huddle is a place to communicate. The huddle is a place to take action. The huddle is a place to register your position. And there's just a lot that you can do there. I don't know, any questions or thoughts? And then I probably will be done for tonight, but I just needed to let you know, we just sent out an action alert. It's breaking news. These bills are going out, and there's about 14 to 18, I think, that we need you to register your position on. And again, if you're in the app, it opens right up to this, and you can click view all, and here they all are, and you can go down. So a lot of these are before 7 a.m. tomorrow. And so our done button isn't working right now, but it'll be up in just a few. And then you can, just use liked for right now so you can remember which ones you've done. If you want to use the website, you go here and you scroll down, action alerts. There it is, nice and big. And you can be a part of that as well. Now, I've had some of you ask, how do I know what your position on things are? So you can go to our resources, look at our issues. Here's our 30 different issues that we track and follow. And then here's our policies and positions on those issues. So you can print this out and read it, or you can just check it out here. On taxes and finances, our biblical worldview of those. And you can see that we have it all laid out for you: housing, property, state and budgets, energy, utilities, all the things that you need to do it. So one of the reasons I wanted to go live tonight is because there's some issues on life, and there's some issues on parental rights and healthcare that we want you to check out and be a part of. Another life bill, SB 6025. This bill updates the definition of fetal death in Washington. And so, we need to look at these things as we go. So I hope this helps you. I hope that it gives you some information. Any thoughts or comments that you have out there, let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, thank you so much for checking it out. You can hit like on the video button there. So God bless you, and let's go out there and defend and advance biblical values in the public square. God bless.
You love our beautiful state, but does fighting for issues that most affect families ever feel like you're climbing alone? It can feel like an uphill climb in a hostile environment that champions causes detrimental to Washington families. Again and again, the summit feels out of reach, but you don't have to climb alone. With like-minded people fighting for Washington families by your side, the journey becomes not just possible, but powerful. The Defender app, brought to you by the Family Policy Institute of Washington, connects you with your team for the climb ahead. Connect with conservatives who care about issues affecting families in your specific county and across our state in order to make our voices be heard locally and in Olympia. Simply click Learn to stay informed about the latest news affecting families. With one click, press Huddle to team up with other conservative minds in your specific county who care about how these issues affect you in your unique community. Then simply press Activate to get involved and to make your voice heard on legislation that matters in Olympia. With the Washington Defender app, you won't face the fight alone. Together, we can make a difference for families in Washington. Download the Washington Defender app today, a simple way to let your voice be heard.